In a quiet riverside town, there lived an old man whose clear, warm eyes made the world feel less difficult. He sat daily by a stone well, listening to those carrying heavy burdens. One morning, a young man named Arjun arrived, exhausted and red-eyed. His new delivery business was collapsing after losing major clients. "Everything is going wrong," Arjun confessed. "I lie awake imagining the worst. What if I fail? What if I can't provide for my kids?" The old man asked, "How much of your thinking is about what might go wrong?" "All of it," Arjun admitted. "And has that solved the problem?" Arjun went silent. The old man then shared a story. There once was a young farmer who worked tirelessly to rent a small piece of land. Halfway through the season, the rains stopped. He watched his plants grow slower each day, and the voice in his head grew louder. What if the crop fails? What if the money runs out? He stopped sleeping. Worse, he stopped doing the patient daily work the plants needed because, in his mind, they had already failed. His neighbor, an old farmer, found him mourning at the edge of the field. "Is the crop dead?" the neighbor asked. "Not yet," the young man replied. "But what if it dies?" The old farmer sat beside him. "I've seen real failures, but I've also noticed this. The farmer who tells himself the crop is already lost is always right. Because he stops watering, he stops adjusting. The crop dies from his withdrawal, not the drought. But the farmer who asks, 'What does it need today?' gives it the only chance it has." The young man returned to his field. He watered, he adjusted. He did what the day required instead of mourning a future that hadn't happened. The harvest was modest, not his dream, but enough to begin again. The old man looked at Arjun. "Arjun, you have been spending the energy you need to water your business on imagining its funeral instead." "But what if it does fail?" Arjun asked. "Then it will fail," the old man replied simply. "And you will deal with that when it arrives. But if you fail while showing up fully, you will know you gave it everything. If you fail while already half surrendered, you will never know what was possible. You are suffering a loss that has not occurred, and that suffering is costing you the very energy you need to prevent it." Arjun stood, his back finally straight. "What do I do differently tomorrow?" Before the worry arrives, say to yourself, "Today I will do what the day needs. My business is still alive. I am still here. That is enough to begin." Just that one day, not the whole future. Arjun left differently. He wasn't fixed, but he was ready. He called his lost clients without desperation and negotiated new terms. He found a mechanic to take installments for his repairs. Most importantly, he talked to his wife and discovered she had ideas he had been too inside his own head to hear. 3 months later, Arjun returned to the well. "The business is still going," he said, "but the biggest change? I am sleeping again." The old man smiled. "A man who sleeps can work. A man who works can build. It all begins with deciding not to spend tonight mourning a tomorrow that hasn't arrived." This story is for anyone lying awake, paying the price for a loss that hasn't happened. Your problems are real, but your energy is limited. You cannot water your crop and mourn it at the same time. The energy you spend imagining failure is energy your actual situation, which is still alive, desperately needs. Tomorrow morning, before you look at your phone or let the worry in, say this: "Today is still possible. My situation is not finished. I am still here." Do not compare your dry season to someone else's harvest. Just show up for today. The farmer who keeps showing up is the only one who ever finds out what the harvest might have been. Do not mourn what has not yet been lost. Water what is still growing.